Coming in at number 10 in the Horn Top 20 Countdown, brought to you by Altstadt Beer. No impurities, no regrets. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They're coming off an 11-2 season, but a lot has changed. New coaching staff, Marcus Freeman is in, new team, new attitude. Notre Dame coming in at number 10 in the Horn Top 20 Countdown, brought to you by Altstadt Beer.
Another team that I'm not even sure if they're back to being independent or are they playing in the ACC, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is another team that Marcus Freeman has done a great job of recruiting, but he has to go out into the field now. He's got a chance. They did well in their bowl game when he took over, but what is Marcus Freeman going to do with this team that he has right now?
That Notre Dame team is really – it's going to be really interesting to see how the players-coach vibe plays out.
Right.
Rod knows as well as anybody. Harge, you know as well as anybody. Liking your coach is one thing. Does it translate to the field, and does it translate at a place like that, a brand name like that?
Right.
The pressure that's on Notre Dame this year with everything they lost, some of the blood and guts and offensive and defensive front guys that they lost, those good, the defensive players that we talk about, Hamilton and others, and to lose Brian Kelly, that one's tough. I could see them. I marked down 1, 2, 3. I marked down 5 games where I'm thinking question marks. At Ohio State, that's got to be a loss. Then at North Carolina, the BYU game, Clemson at home, and at USC. Those are games to me that could swing one way or the other. I think they get most. I think they could get most of them. Right now, I'd pick them to go. I probably wouldn't pick them right now to win 3 of those 5.
Yeah, I say 3 and 2 in that. I think they'll beat North Carolina.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I think they probably lose to Ohio State and Clemson.
Yeah.
And by the time they go to USC,
that's true.
what does Lincoln Riley have? That's the last game of the year, by the way.
Maybe 2 and 3, and that's for those 5 you're talking about.
They're
2 and 3, you think?
From those 5 he's talking about.
Could be. Is that going to be a 3 and 2 in those 5 or a 2 and 3? They're right there at 9 and 3, and they could be down at 8 and 4.
I would look at Notre Dame and say they're not going to beat Ohio State week 1. If they do, watch out. I mean, Marcus Freeman going back to his alma mater where he played.
And where he was talking a little bit of trash about school.
He did.
They don't do school.
Oh, yeah.
You think they'll remember that?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, that's must-see TV right there. In that part of the country, that is a big deal.
Yep.
And, Marcus Freeman going back will be fun. I don't think they'll win that game, but if they found a way, be careful. But you're right, Chad, that first game and the last game, USC and Ohio State, probably outside their league, but the rest of the schedule is pretty manageable, I think. You guys have all followed football a long time. Have we ever seen a situation where Brian Kelly leaves for LSU and none of his staff went with him?
No. I have not
They
seen
all
that.
wanted to stay with Marcus Freeman?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is an interesting point. I'd forgotten about that.
Yep.
No,
that is very unique.
Yes,
That
that
is
tells
a
you a lot
very-
about both coaches, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Like nobody, like strength and conditioning,
Nobody.
Not one.
like
Marcus Freeman locked everybody back.
recruiting coordinator.
None of that.
None of it. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because remember, he left before the bowl game. They were
And
playing in the Final Four.
And they were like,
and
this
he
dude
bolted.
just left me.
How about dude who stacks the weights? Do we have that? No.
The only people that went
Unless
with Brian,
he was his family.
family.
Oh, my bad, family.